That means you look nice, right? You look pleasing. So those are some nice things. Now imagine this. I'm going to say this. It's not for humor reasons. When we hear it, we're just going to have a knot in our stomach. But the world says things like this. Never let these words pass your mouth. Husband says, my wife is a lousy cook. Imagine saying that. Right? Or imagine a wife says, my husband, he's lazy. That would just stab at a man's heart. Even if he said, oh, she's just joking. So we never want those things. Just let them stop before we say them. And think about what effect it will have on this new best friend in my life. Look for ways to praise. Look for ways to praise. Make your mate great. Praise her in front of others. Praise him in front of others. And he will feel motivated to do even more. Now we mentioned too, yesterday, we would say you look great. And you really do. You look so nice. And you match, the brothers match, and you look, of course, beautiful, Retina, in your wedding gown. You really look wonderful. And we're going to use this illustration from the Bible in our outline about clothing. It's in Colossians. Let's take a look. This is our last verse. We're going to look at Colossians 3. Colossians 3. And let's read 12 through 14. Colossians 3:12. Accordingly, as God's chosen ones, holy and loved, clothe yourselves with the tender affections of compassion, kindness, humility, mildness, and patience. Just like the clothing you have on is so beautiful. May you look at each other every day for the rest of your lives and see these qualities, like clothing that adorns us and makes you say, Craig, una pendeza. You look nice, right? And same thing, Retina. And then verse 13, Colossians 3:13, continue putting up with one another. We're still imperfect. If this wedding was taking place in paradise, we wouldn't have to say that. Right? But keep putting up with one another and forgiving one another freely, even if anyone, your mate, has a cause for complaint against you. Just as Jehovah freely forgave you, you must also do the same. So yesterday when we were rehearsing, you had made a comment, and then Retina said something, well, I thought we were going to do it this way. And you said, I'm sorry, you're right. And I thought, wow, what a nice thing to hear. I'm sorry. So just practice saying it every day. Even if you haven't made a mistake. I'm sorry. You wake up in the morning, good morning, I'm sorry. What did you do wrong? Well, maybe you had a dream and I did something in your dream. But that expression, I'm sorry, is so important and so rare to hear people say today. So keep that up. It's a beautiful thing. Verse 14 says, besides all these things, clothe yourselves with love, for it is a perfect bond of union. Keep that up, that loving, the way you feel today toward each other, may that continue forever. And we know it will. Look for ways to show love for your mate every day. Set aside time to talk together daily. That is critical. Listen to each other, especially, Craig, listen to Retina. It's important. Make a habit to show kindness in little things, tender words. The publications that we use to help us keep our marriage strong has told us even sending a little emoji, it's a smiley face. I was surprised to see that years ago, but that's something that touches our heart. And it really, really works. To ask married couples, they really appreciate it. Now, Retina speaks a few languages. I think you just speak one and maybe a little French, tiny bit. But learning a new language can be like learning